So here at the NovaCentrix booth here at Print Electronics Europe. So how's it been since in the last 6 months?
So in the last 6 months, we've definitely seen the continuation of what I would say are the couple of major trends in the print electronics space right now. If there was one key word, I would say it's hybrids. Hybrids as it applies to equipment combinations. NovaCentrix continues to work with a variety of companies to produce integrated tools that incorporate perhaps different types of deposition, different types of post-printing processes, and then also the pulse-forged photonic curing tools, because we're finding that combining the capabilities is really what the customers are looking for. I'll also say hybrids is a topic on the application side. So someday I think there will be complete products that are produced 100% by printing, but right now we're looking at hybrids, which are produced in part by printing, but then also combining electrical components that are more traditional components, resistors, capacitors, silicon logic, but also the technologies around combining these. How do these traditional electronics components combine with printed components? And it can be sometimes surprisingly simple things like interconnects. How do we get electrical contact and signal transfer between these components? All the way to how do we, as a combined structure, combine these in a flexible or in some kind of curved format that really is going to open the doors for product designers to take the best advantage of what these new technologies offer.
So you're not only making those two machines, you're doing a bunch of other things in the company.
Right, we're doing a lot of things. Typically at a trade show, we'll have one of the larger booths just because we're involved in so many different areas of product. And this comes back to the history of the company, starting as a nanomaterials company in 1999. We still offer nanomaterials. Typically right now that's predominantly silver and aluminum. And we ship dispersions and even dry powders of nanomaterials, and more information about that can be found on our website. But we also offer electrically conductive inks. I'm standing in front of banners that are talking about some of our electrically conductive inks. We offer silver, we offer copper. We also partner with companies like DuPont, which is of course an inks company. And we have this PE510 product, which is a photonic copper, and it's designed for processing with the electrically with the photonic curing tools, the pulse-forged photonic curing tools. And then of course we have the equipment. I talked a little bit earlier about hybridizing equipment is one of the trends happening right now, and this applies even internally at NovaCentrix. So we now offer our pulse-forged tools in a standalone sort of sheet-to-sheet configuration. We also offer the equipment integrated into roll-to-roll web handling equipment. So that's something that if a customer has that need, then we can help them with capabilities inside our organization, or we can also pair them with groups that we work with outside of our organization, other companies, other organizations, to help get them the equipment capabilities that will allow their project plans to be successful.
So you can partner with some of the other guys around the conference, and you can deliver products, and are people very hungry for things to move fast and getting new technologies implemented?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you able to keep up with demand?
Yeah, and that's a great point. Because this is an emerging technology space, very few of the customers come to us understanding initially what their exact needs are. So we help them through the development process understand really what their product requirements are. They may come to us understanding what a production requirement is. They know they need to get so many units per month or per year to make their economics work out right. They have a business plan of what they're trying to achieve, but they don't necessarily have the nuts and bolts of that plan or really understand the details of that. But that's okay. That's our expertise. That's our technical expertise, and that's the benefit of our networking in this community and the participation that we've had for many years now. We understand which of the deposition companies may be effective for meeting their needs, which of the material integrating companies, material handling handling integrating companies may be suitable for that. And these are relationships that we have here at the conference in Berlin and participants that are not here at the conference in Berlin. And we can help the customers to make these connections and really help them to be successful.
So there's a lot of the whole world needs to adapt to this new technology, printer electronics, right?
It is. And
everybody needs to think about it.
Yeah, this is a topic that affects so many different applications. Certainly any kind of electronics application, ranging from consumer electronics, wearable functional garments is something that's continued to be a trend in the news, and we see that here at the conference as well, that there are many types of jackets and shirts and t-shirts and pants and clothes, right? Companies like Clothing Plus, which is working with DuPont again, but there are other companies here. Banashee won the award yesterday for having a really innovative physiological sensing technology. It's exciting to see that, and one of the things this conference does is it brings together technology companies like NovaCentrix along with garment design companies to bring these technologies together. We're also collaborating with Chitemsa, which is a Spanish nonprofit research organization just outside of Barcelona, which is a beautiful location, by the way. And they're here with us in our booth, highlighting some of the capabilities that they have. So really, it comes back to collaborating, it comes back to hybridizing technologies, and it comes back to thinking creatively for these problems. But these are applications which are going to impact the planet. Electronics, clothing, energy storage, and energy generation are all being impacted by technologies that are coming out of this print electronic space, even if those applications are not yet flexible, if they're not yet conformal. There are incremental steps being taken in all of those areas that are going to impact and be prevalent in the lives of us, of all of us.
So you positioned right there where people try to get ideas into R&D into real mass production.
Exactly. So as an emerging technology space, this is still early. So while there are some examples that are already in production, some we can talk about, most we're not able to talk about due to confidentiality. We also are working very closely with early stage R&D folks. Some of these are startup companies that have some early concepts on products that they think they have opportunities for in the market. We certainly want to help them by bringing our technology expertise to bear. But we also work closely with R&D groups in a more formal and organized way in universities, in nonprofit labs that may have sponsored research opportunities, or they may have just basic science that they're trying to understand that will in turn down the road enable these applications. There's science happening, there's IP being generated, there's a lot of undergraduate and graduate level research happening in these areas to characterize some of the fundamentals still in the space that will then get leveraged into products in the future.
And training all the different people to understand how to use the machines, and I guess you're busy, more and more busy.
Yeah, so...
And how do you, I guess you need to, I don't know, expand or hire? Or...
Right. So one of the exciting things that's happening is as more people get exposure and become aware of these technologies, that does put us in a position of having an opportunity to reach out to more people as customers and as advocates. We certainly encourage advocates as well as direct transactional customers, right? So we routinely send our applications engineers and other team members to locations around the world, certainly throughout Asia, throughout Europe, of course throughout the US where we're based, to give seminars, to help in their labs or in their workspaces to understand in general how print electronics might affect them or impact their work, but also very specifically our products, our technologies, our metal-on conductive inks, our PCAM conductive inks, our pulse-forged photonic curing tools, and how to utilize those products to help our advocates and our customers move their projects forward.
So this trade show has been good?
Print Electronics Europe here in Berlin in 2015 is a tremendous event. Every year this is a tremendous event. Somehow it keeps getting better. As more and more people come into the space, more of the work is moving into the commercial stage, and this usually takes some years as technologies move out of the lab into a factory. And it's also interesting as more people inside a client organization get involved with us. So early on in engagement, it's the early stage concepts team, right, that leads into the R&D, that develops the science. But as we move along with our customers in their product development process, it becomes operations people, production people, quality assurance people, manufacturing people, right? And so we're helping to meet their needs with our equipment and our materials as well. And so this conference this year, we're seeing participants in all levels of customer organizations come to us. It's still predominantly the earlier stage R&D, and it's still predominantly the early stage pilot manufacturing. But over time, what we've seen is the percentage of people that are working through on the production side continues to grow, and we'll have those discussions here. But importantly, we'll develop initial relationships so that those discussions can continue after the meeting when we're in our own back in our own offices.